We
Yeah, I reckon we should start. Yep.
move forward.
Yep.
Got 19 according to my screen.
90. Oh, that's good.
Yep. Let's make a start.
Yep. You know, some very busy people here, so we need to recognize that and move on.
Can I try more stories? And I mean more snorters?
All right, welcome everyone. So we got 2020 has already come almost to the end. Such a COVID drama. Is there any apologies on those ones? So we're going with the.
I've got a number of people that have registered their apology, so I've recorded those in the minutes.
Okay, fantastic. We have no visitors. Any visitors on this? Anyone?
No.
Okay, that's great. We're confirming the meetings. Is there anyone who wants to second it up? Confirming? Okay,
Yes.
Suresh, thank you. And then we come to the President report, so which is very, very exciting to talk about my last 2 years. So it has been a pleasure. I've been honored to serve these associations as a president for past 2 years, and I look forward to working with the president-elect, whoever comes in. And I truly enjoy my time serving as a president, and feel very fortunate to have this opportunity, especially with the people like yourself who are very professional. We are connected with community, discovered a lot of my, you can say my skills, leadership skills, learning from you guys. Worked with you, amazing volunteer committee like you gave all of us so much time for our hospitality community. I made friends and connections in last 2 years, and that was amazing. Since even my term is ending today, I can step down with confidence that AITC, which been started, the key people, we are in a pretty very confidence and is gone to very reliable situation and position that people can trust AITC as a professional associations. And we continue, I'm sure that our next committee and our board will continue that mission, the mission the AITC have being a professional association. So this last 24 months really reinforced the feeling that we should all be proud of hard work everyone has done. We impressively been able to keep our membership very steady. And it's very important for me to recognize the key executive committee who were there and who worked tirelessly. Special thanks to George Hill. Thank you, George, to being there. Robert, non-stop working, behind the scene. Sarah, thank you, Sarah. Jason, Anthony.
How come I've got you, Geordie, done?
Yeah, Jeffrey, thank you.
Did you have my bag?
Kevin, Suresh, thank you, Chef. Andrew Wiskin, you've been there all the time. Your voice is always really honest and strong, and I always honor that. All of us, you have done. I think we took chance. We started new thing during COVID. We didn't give up. We started all those webinars, and we got connected. I think we got more united. Instead of having 3 months meeting, we start to have 1 month, every monthly meetings, and sharing ideas and how we can support our industry people, suppliers, community, and we just got together. So from bottom of my heart, I want to humbly thank AITC for giving me the opportunity of serving as a president for last 2 years. I truly consider it one of my greatest job I ever had. And I feel sad in some ways to see my presidency coming to the end, but I will definitely continue to serve AITC in whatever capacity, and look forward for being somewhat being a quiet voice behind and supporting the incoming president and the committee and the industry all the time. Thank you once again, and stay safe. This is all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Damam.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
So we go to the Treasurer's Report.
Yeah, Treasurer's Report next.
Sorry. Treasury Report, I've submitted the report. So closing balance we have is as of the 30th of the 6th was $9,636.29. We didn't have a lot of outgoings, and our only incoming for the last financial year was membership fees, which was $2,550. The rest of it was all straightforward. There was nothing extraordinary at all. I'm sorry?
Can't see you.
Is that better?
Yeah.
I've got a voice for radio, not a face for TV, hey?
No.
Sorry.
That's good.
Sorry. Yeah, so the closing balance, we're looking okay at the moment, 9,636. So it's just ticking along slowly with the membership is our only source of revenue at the moment. So that's it, I guess, for the Treasury Report.
Great. So thank you, Jason. Is any question? Anyone have any question for Jason for Treasury Report?
Jason, you just want to mention about changing bank accounts?
It's in the new financial year, but yeah, I can mention that. So we moved from our previous bank account, which was called we moved to a society check account. We had a previous bank account, which was a business account, and we were incurring a membership, an monthly account keeping fee of $10. So we've moved that across. We've kept it with the Bank of Melbourne still. We've moved it across to a society check account where we don't have any monthly membership fees anymore. And we attract an interest rate, a huge 0.01% interest on it as well. So that's where that's at.
Right. So now we move to item number 8. Mr. Secretary, up to you.
So the next it's the portfolio report. So registrar next.
Yep.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Apologies for being late. As of 3 a.m. last night, to my reckoning, we have 78 registered, fully paid up AITC members. Sorry, 73 fully paid up members, 78 in total, 5 still pending. So I did actually send out a request with our ring rounds that we've done for preparation for the AGM. I actually, in my group of 8, I actually received 2 resignations from people, and I was just curious as to whether anyone else in the council had a similar experience with people that, and you know, if they're a bit betwixt and between about being a member, I usually try and talk them around and they get interested again as to what's going on within the institute. But unfortunately, a lot of these people have left the business completely, like the industry, and no longer chefs. So we have to strike them pretty much. They're no longer members as such. So I suppose a bit of a ring around, a show of hands as to did anyone else experience the same as what I did, with people saying that, oh, listen, that's it, I'm not in the industry anymore. Can you take me off the listing?
So that was the only one reason, or they gave some other reasons regarding that?
They're the ones that I am putting, actually drafting down as resigned as such. So others that are a little bit behind in paying and what have you, have financial hassles and blah, 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 blah. We give them a bit of an olive branch, I suppose, to just like the government's doing, the ATO, let them get back on their feet and get employed again and get in the real world and pick it up from there, I suppose. But
still, 73 is not bad considering the crisis we've been through.
really, yeah, okay. I would have thought people would have hung on to it a little bit dearly and used it a little bit more, but you know, the profile of the technical chef thing, I suppose. But I take every single one of those as a bit of a oh gee, bloody hell, yeah, we're doing so well, we're into the 80s now, all of a sudden we're back to 78. So yeah, but
Having said that, I had few inquiries. People are inquiring about being a member. So, on the other hand, there are few people who are interested too. So we have to look at the both ways too. Yeah.
that is another positive as well.
Yeah.
Our new members, Abhishek Roy and Nidija and John McFadden as well, has directed a lot of interest via LinkedIn into my direction as well.
John's LinkedIn went like crazy, isn't it, John? This.
Is John on?
Yeah,
Is
it's gone quite well actually. I've actually been approached by 4 people that are interested in finding out. There's a guy at the Hawkesbury that I put in contact, and I've got 2 or 3 others that I need to follow up with. So yeah, it has generated some interest.
Yeah, that would be great, John, if you can just follow them up.
Yeah, certainly.
What are the fees again? Just to remind us.
$100 joining fee and $100 for 2 years membership. But it's a bit of we decided in previous council meetings that we're going to give this year free, as such, due to the pandemic. Our latest members that we've enrolled, I suppose I've waived the $100 joining fee and gifted 2 years membership. Does that sit okay with all our council members?
Yeah, well, it's a pretty good deal to be a member of this amount of money. You know, you can't get anywhere. Yeah, I believe.
It's a very good
deal. So the recent members, we've waived the $100 fee and gifted them 2 years as well. So there's no fee for 2 years, really.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah, if you really look at it, yeah. So
correct.
we got 3 years membership.
I
thought we agreed that we were going to give the option of not paying if they were in financial difficulties, because we brought up the instance that some of us could pay, and we would continue to pay, and then we would give the option that if somebody is in financial difficulties and they couldn't pay, well, we will waive that period for you. I thought that's what we had agreed upon. Not that we were going to make a carte blanche for everybody.
Because like you say, if there's no skin in the game, you might end up with a whole range, a lot of members for the next 2 years. And then after that, you'll not have any. They'll all just drop away because they haven't got any skin in the game.
Correct. I both discussed this with both Andrew and Jason, and it was looking like we weren't going to get any subscriptions for 3 years of a lot of members, and so we've exercised a lot of. There's a bit of, I suppose, leniency in discussions with people's situations and what have you, as well. If we're going to wait,
how much does it cost for the organisation to onboard a new member? It must cost something.
Normally,
sorry, and just 2 seconds. There is actually, so whether the terminology we want to go for it, we've either waived the $100 entry fee, or we've waived the $100 for 2 years. But there is skin in the game. They're paying $100 effective for 2 years with the waiver of the fee. So I'm getting $100 memberships. Yeah. So there is skin in the game, but it's just that initial entrance fee that has been put to the side at the moment, isn't it?
And it's covering our costs of onboarding the member, is it? Because we get the badge, they get
$100. I guess some revenue coming in is better than no revenue coming in, and it's the sort of thing. It could always be $200, but we've got at this time at the moment as well with the sensitivity. So I know I had a message from one of the people on my contact list who was upset, and they'd had a previous financial difficulties. And I said, don't worry about it. It's okay. We're back on track and bits and pieces. It's all fine. It's just alleviating that. I think initially, and
how much it costs to onboard a member is a general figure.
Honestly, Tom, I couldn't give you a dollar value. All the bits and pieces that we've have purchased, the badges and bits and pieces there have obviously been purchased and expensed already. So I can't give you from my position at the moment. George, you might be able to help out there.
It from previous years, but I haven't done a recent budget, but from previous years, it takes about $25 per member a year. That's paying for the domain name, the website, the badge, some marketing, but really and truly, because we tend to be very virtual, everybody gets their own certificate virtually. We don't send hard copies. We send quality certificates that people can print out. The only real hard copy cost really is the badge and the postage of that badge. Everything else, all the resources, as you all know, you all received an email which gave you about 12 different files which you could print and do what you like with in terms of producing your own resources. One of the things that we talked about was going to have a car sticker, but that we put that on hold. We put a lot of things on hold, but really and truly, as long as we can hold our members, it doesn't really cost a great deal to run the organization. What worries me is that whilst we're not in the business of raising funds for the sake of raising funds does give us an opportunity to market. And that's the thing that worries me, in the sense that if we're going down in real terms, but at the same time, we're holding members. But in order to be able to market ourselves and maybe advertise, we really need funds, and that's the reason why we do. We did run originally an email vote of the complete council, and we had a unanimous decision that the council agreed that we would defer fees for 2 years. This, however, was discussed in the subsequent meeting, and it was decided that maybe some people can pay, and we would give them the opportunity. But fundamentally, we still hold that original unanimous decision not to charge fees for 2 years and offer people the option of paying if they can. So, and the people who have shall we say, a no fee for 2 years, they catch up when we get back to the new normal. That was the philosophy.
Correct.
So if I can just jump in there, looking at the statement I've presented for the last 12 months, it's cost us $593 for the Zoom fee, our stationery, our website fee. There was a little bit of catering for the last AGM, and our submission to the CVA. Divided that by 80, saying 80 financial members at the moment. It's a cost of $7.41. We just need to add our badges to it.
That's about $8.
So about $8 in. And even if we say $10 with the badge.
$2.50 for postage. $10.50.
There you go. So
Andrew, you sent me this all these car stickers. How many are in there? You're on mute. There's the AITC car stickers there.
I think there's 20 in each thing.
Okay.
Plus posters and yeah.
They're pretty good.
There's a car sticker, yes.
It
Thank you,
looks
Murray.
fantastic. It looks fantastic. Very
Yeah,
good.
great job.
Everybody's got that file. You just take it down to Officeworks. It identifies the print, the color, and the information they need to produce one of those for yourself.
Oh, very good.
That's
Very
great.
good. Very good.
Any questions for?
Hold it up. The man's closer.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Hold on.
Yeah, you have to talk, Daman.
Yep. Can you see that?
T-shirt.
Yeah. Upside down.
No, it's
That's
right.
good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Just quickly, do you guys want my media company's artwork for all that? Do you want me to send it? Who do I send that through? Because that was all done here in Bangkok, but I've got all the artwork and everything that my media team over here did for that. So do you want those files, or do you want to, if you want more, do you want them done again here, or do you want the actual files for that?
Is that the cube box?
I don't know what they use here, mate. They're pretty
No,
sophisticated.
no.
Yeah,
Sorry, the
but,
company cube box graphic design.
There's a lot were done here. Andrew, can you remember? I don't know what the company was, mate. I've got 100 staff running around that get all this stuff.
That's all right. No, that's okay.
But
That's what it's
No,
for.
they came in plain yellow paper. They could have been anything.
yeah. Some little back soy down rum come hang here, mate. But if you want the original files, that media files, that the graphics files, I can send them to Andrew. I'll send you the files. That way, if you need to get them done again, you can get them done in Oz, or if someone's coming over, I can get them done here again, or whatever printing you need.
I'll be coming over, Murray.
I know.
Oh, that's great. Any other question for Anthony?
I suppose in summing it up, with all of Tom's questions that he actually had, it's a fairly complex, delicate situation we've got to dance around a little bit here. So they're the complexities that are involved, and that's as defined, pulled up by Kevin and redefined by George there. That is pretty much what we work towards in moving forward and keeping our members.
Oh, that's great.
It's my personal opinion, in the current situation, we have to be ultimately flexible.
Correct. Yeah.
Absolutely, ultimately flexible.
I think that's the approach we took, being flexible, and that retained the members. We didn't lose many because of that. Anything else, Anthony, from you?
No. And given our current circumstances due to the pandemic, supportive and nurturing, as well as I suppose, the approach that I've taken as well. So,
absolutely. Does anyone have any question for Anthony regarding? That's fantastic. So next one, we move to branding.
Yep, branding report.
Mr.
I would just
Kevin?
like to say I like Roger's leg there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Great leg. I'm just almost getting a glimpse of something I don't want to there, but anyway. Look, over the past 12 months, we've been concentrating efforts on our Facebook page, the public page there, and to help with us, our visibility and reach, both within the industry and with general public. We're getting some good numbers from that. So far, we've got 873 followers on the public page, with an average per post reach of between 128 to 135 per post. So that's very good, and we should be proud of that effort. Plus, the click-through rate is very, very strong. On our average click-through rate is very strong. Now, within the last 12 months, we've also done, well, within the last 8 months, we've done our silly mental health video programs. And I hope you've all had an opportunity to see the ones that are we've uploaded already. I have to take my hat off to Jeffrey. I'm quite chuffed with your efforts there.
Is there a prize with this?
I think we have to discuss something there, but that was yeah, that was very good.
Yeah, thanks.
That's all in an effort to show our support for the industry. If people have issues with mental health or know somebody within their family, within their reach with mental health issues, that, you know, we're here and we can certainly guide you in the right area to get help, because yeah, it's a huge issue. And as we all know, the hospitality industry has been impacted quite heavily by coronavirus. Now, moving forward into 2021, we are looking to have our website redeveloped and creating a new presence online, which basically is interactive with our social media platforms. So we can filter down through our social media platforms people, customers, traffic to our website, get more time on the website, start to generate a lot of traffic on there, and hopefully be able to get advertisement revenue from that. And that's my report. Thank you.
Thanks, Kevin. Anyone have any questions for Kevin for branding? All good. So we move on to
George is next for Vice President Comms.
Yep, George. Vice President Communications.
Communications, right. Well, I can't express it more than say that it's been an extraordinary year, hasn't it? We've tried to maintain as much information as we can on the website, and particularly I take my hat off to Sarah. We've posted 17 podcasts and videos on the Technical Chef website. And to date, we've had 70,000 visitors to that site this year, which has been quite incredible. Also, we must thank Martin Probst for the podcast that he did, again, organized by Sarah. So thank you, Sarah, personally, and from everybody. You've done a fantastic job. Also, of course, Kevin's idea originally of having a dress-up marketing gimmick, and that was definitely crowned by Jeffrey, without a doubt. But we know we're still going through it, and you know, they're pretty interesting things that we all dress up and make ourselves look a bit silly, but we have a very serious message underneath all of that. As Kevin has said, we're in the throes of discussing the reorganization of the website, which I think is going to be good. And we need to finally decide on the final developer. Kevin has come up with a good model for the future, which he's looking at, and that's good. Please note, I do make the point that in the new developer or the new development, we must make sure we retain the ownership of Technical Chef as the domain name. It's my information from some pretty intelligent people that there are a lot of developers who try and say, I'll develop the site. I want ownership of the name to do that. They don't need that. But once they get ownership of the name, they've got you. And any changes in the future, they can charge what they like, and they'll just threaten to switch you off if you don't. So if your developer doesn't want to develop the site under the AITC ownership banner, then I think we should walk away from them. That's a very important point that must be, I think, stressed. During the crisis, ongoing crisis, we maintained Zoom meetings. We actually went from once a month to once every sort of fortnight. We had very, very good attendance, and we were able to keep, I think, AITC alive through the various activities and the Zoom meetings. I'm almost at the point where I'm wondering whether we do ever need to really go back to physical meetings, maybe once a year. I'm going to come to a proposition in a minute, which I would like to get some advice maybe from Robert. But, you know, these Zoom meetings have been so successful that we've you know, produced and achieved just as much as physical meetings without traveling and people rushing home and rushing in the car, and Andrew picking me up as he normally does. Thank you, Andrew, for that many times. But, you know, we've been able to get on here, 6 o'clock, have a good discussion, go through our arguments, and then get on with tea or whatever, which I think is fantastic. I would like to move forward in communication, and I'd like to maybe conduct a survey of members to find out the best time and day which we can actually conduct a meeting. Because I got so many emails from people saying I'm at work, I've got a function, and even today we've probably had what, Robert, 14 apologies of people.
Yeah,
saying,
approximately.
"Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, I can't make it. I'm in the middle of a function." So right now there's someone, you know, who's a technical chef putting a filet mignon on a plate. So we can't help that. But also I'd like to propose that the future, we actually come up with 3 dates in the year that we will not change. And we will make them different dates of the week. And we will promote those according to a survey that we find out the most people that can actually attend. Zoom gives us a fantastic opportunity. I mean, look at the fact that, you know, we're John McFadden from New South Wales, you know, fantastic. And, you know, we've got all sorts of people, got even Murray from Thailand. You know, it does give us an opportunity, which I think we must take advantage of. I do say, and this is in all honesty, that I'm not that far off from the 8-0. I've been on chef associations now since 1964, and I'm continuing this year on communications because I'd like to back Sarah as much as I can, but please forgive me if I say to you guys and girls, you know, give George a break. He's got to have a gin and tonic now and again. And, you know, after next year, I think you've got to say, look, well, he's done his share. So I'm just giving you that pre-warning of that situation. I'm very lucky that I've maintained health. I've got a mind that's still a little bit sharp, and I still can give a little bit more, but there has got to come a time. And I'd like to say, I'd like to be, quite frankly, pleased that I've given an absolute 1-year bloody resignation notice. You know, so no one can say I haven't sort of said, hey, he's walked away. You know, I'm not that kind of person. I think one of the last things I'd like to make in my report is that I believe that another initiative that AITC can do is to gather a committee with the webpage committee and turn AITC more into a virtual association. I don't know how this goes legally, Robert. You're the person who has all the legal brains, and thank God we've got Robert. He's been an absolute instrumental strength in this organization. But maybe we have virtual meetings, pre-advertised, and maybe just once a year we have a conference or a physical meeting. We can actually, I've looked into it, we can auto-check qualifications. We can send auto-check certificates, sending out certificates. We can auto-complete CDP. We can have an auto-completion on a directory. And we only should maybe only have managers who manage a portfolio virtually. It'll take a bit of planning. It'll take a bit of imagination. But believe you me, today's modern computer world can allow that. And I think for us to keep one step ahead of the game, maybe that's the way we've got to look at it. But I do have to take some advice first from the secretary as to, you know, I don't know the legalities of doing that. So, and so there it ends George Hill's report. Thank you.
Thank you, George.
Well done, George.
George, just further to what you were saying before, in the tropics we have gin and bitter lemon, not tonic. Bitter lemon's better for you and quinine, all right?
He doesn't know what warm weather's like, Roger. It's okay.
Well, can't we educate him? Gin and bitter lemon in the tropics, all right?
You missed that, didn't you, George?
Yeah, I missed that.
He was saying we don't have gin and tonic, we have bitter lemon in the tropics. And I said, you don't know what the tropics are like because you're used to the beautiful Melbourne weather.
I have lemonade tonight.
Is it lemonade or is it gin, George? Come on, to be honest. And that's why.
Not tonight, not tonight. Maybe in half an hour. In half an hour, I shall hit the bottle.
Yeah. Thank you, George. Anyone have any questions for George regarding communication?
I've noted George's couple of questions or proposals, and we'll take those to council and see what we can work through on those.
Yeah, that's great. So we got next one.
Jeffrey, what's been happening in Queensland this year?
Oh, God. First of all, I'd like to thank Queensland would like to thank President Damon for a wonderful job that he's been doing for AITC. Queensland, we're just lucky that we've been isolated from the rest of Australia, I guess, in hospitality, but because we're getting back on board, but there's just a few things that, well, the new norm, I guess, was going to happen in hospitality. But it's good to see that some of the borders down south are opening up. But otherwise, what a year. It's been terrible. Absolutely terrible. You know, friends overseas, you know, we've lost loved ones, we've lost chefs, with chefs losing their jobs, not coming back. Like Anthony said, I only had one person that didn't want to be with the AITC, but the rest of the people said they were going to register tonight to be on Zoom. That was all I had for Queensland.
Who was that, Jeff?
I can post it to you. I can email you.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah.
Be good.
No worries.
Yeah. Thanks, Jeffrey. Anyone who wants to have anything for Jeffrey too? Great.
Oh, good.
Good.
Okay, can I put a motion that we accept all the reports as spoken to and tabled? I've sent all those reports through to George so they can go straight up on the website, George, at the end of today, so everybody can have access to them.
No problem.
So I move that they all be accepted as a record of the last 12 months' activities. I just need somebody to second them, please.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Kevin, and everybody to say aye, we accept.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. All good.
Accept.
Thank you. Okay. Now we come to the elections for council members. We have a number of positions that we've received nominations for. So we have a nomination for president, which is Sarah. And given that she's the only nomination, you are duly elected.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Well done, Sarah. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Sarah.
Thank you.
Well done, Sarah.
We also have a nomination for vice president, which is also president-elect, because our process is that we have a vice president for 2 years and they step up to president, and they work with Sarah in that time. And that's Athol. So congratulations, Athol. You are the only nomination.
Thank you, Athol.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
And during the year, we had a bit of a shuffle of positions, and Anthony took over the dubious role of being our registrar. So this is formalising his role as a registrar. So welcome, Anthony.
Thank you very much, Robert.
Anthony.
And as George alluded to before, he is going to stay with us for another 12 months. So he nominated for the Communications General Manager, but for a 12-month position, not for 2 years. All the other positions are for 2 years. So welcome, George.
Thank you, George.
And then we have 2 nominations for General Counsel member positions. Jeffrey's re-nominated to look after Queensland for us. So thank you, Jeffrey.
Thank you.
And we have a new council member. Abalesh is nominated to come onto council, so welcome.
Thank you, Avalish.
Very good, man.
And part of our process is that our recent president, Daman, becomes what we call recent past president. And he takes that role for 12 months. So that's there to support Sarah and Athol in picking up all the projects he's been involved in, all the background stuff that he's collected for us over that month. So Daman's with us for another 12 months.
Thank you, Damon.
Well done. Very
Well
good.
done, Damon.
So they are all duly elected. Welcome.
Well done.
Thank
Excellent.
So Daman, you get to say your last little bit before you hand over to Sarah. Where's he gone?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yep.
Somehow I got disconnected. Yep.
Yep. So you just get to say your little farewell, and then you can hand the chair over to Sarah, please.
All right. Once again, thank you so much for this opportunity. And I officially hand over the chair to Sarah Maric. Congratulations, Sarah.
Thank you, Damon.
It's known you for so long. Such a wonderful, going to such a wonderful and professional hands. So you have done so much work already for AITC. There's no doubt that we just excel and do the things for our professional chefs and community. Over to you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Well done. Thank you, Daman.
I feel very humbled. Thank you for putting your trust in me to be the president for the next 2 years. I feel very honoured to have the opportunity, and I look forward to working for the industry and volunteering to support the hospitality industry through these really difficult times, sharing ideas and developing new programs over the next couple of years. And working with the team to reinvigorate the website and come up with new ideas and concepts to develop that idea further. Yeah, thank you for putting your faith in me, and thank you to the team for supporting me over the next 2 years. So thank you very much, Athol, for putting your hand up to be my second in the president's role. So I really appreciate the fact that you've put your hand up to take that on. Anthony, as the registrar, thank you very much for taking that role on again. George, I look forward to working with you ongoing for the next 12 months. General Counsel, Jeffrey and Abhishek, thank you for taking those roles on. I look forward to working with you as well. And Damon, it's been a pleasure knowing you all of this time and working with you over the last 12 months. And I look forward to taking over the reins from you and giving as much to the organisation as you have. You've been a really great role model over the last 12 months, so thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. Great.
Welcome, Sarah.
Thank you.
Welcome, everybody.
Yeah, welcome.
Welcome, everyone.
All right, the last couple of little bits on the agenda are more the formal part, which every year we have an agenda item to review our subscription rates to our members. And given the recent conversation about from the registrar, obviously there's no proposal to change any of our subscription rates for the next 12 months. And there is also no special business that's carried over from last year. And the only item that we will carry over to next year at this stage is to review our subscription rates. Unless anybody else has anything they would like us to put on the agenda for next year. Silence.
Like to know more about that virtual.
Yep, I've put that in the minutes, and we'll take that to council, and that'll pop up in the minutes, and I'll put that in for us to report on next year.
Beautiful.
I think it's a really good idea to try and develop the organisation further throughout Australia, and the virtual framework will allow us to do that.
Yep.
I think you can go beyond Australia, just quietly. I think you can go beyond that. There's a lot of chefs that are abroad that would love to know that, but it's just reaching out to them, of course. If we're all pretty much connected with social media, LinkedIn is possibly where it sits perfectly. So if there's a chance that there is a post that we can all put on our LinkedIn sites, just to copy paste for LinkedIn. I've got, 2,000 chefs and hospitality people all over the world, and a lot of them are expats. And I think that you could have a AITC abroad with Aussies abroad. I think that would really broaden it up a little bit as well, especially if you're going online a lot more. I think everyone can tune in at time zone, difficulties and things like that. We still all work in with that. I absolutely love being a chef and sitting with you guys and listening to the Aussie accent again and knowing what's going on in Australia. Absolutely love it. And I think that there's a lot of other Aussies out there that are abroad that would love to have that connection to Australia and have input on what's going on abroad.
George, that little logo that you have behind you, is there any way we could have that logo behind us on our LinkedIn page, for example? Like, is there any way we could put a virtual badge on our LinkedIn page, on our LinkedIn profiles,
Yes, that's not a problem.
I don't know how to do it because I've been looking at
I'll
being
do,
able to
I'll
try
do
and,
it the next few days.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thanks, George.
That would be really
Yeah, thank you.
And just a virtual poster that we can just copy paste every month or something. Just throw it on LinkedIn, let it go. I'm happy to do that. So I think there's a lot of Aussie expats abroad like myself that just miss the community of Australia. So it's an opportunity for them to jump online once a month or whenever, have a chat. I think that's really, really good. And a lot of you guys would probably all know some chefs that have gone abroad. Absolutely. That are kicking goals and that would love to promote Australian chefs abroad, as we're all pretty proud of being Aussie chefs,
We should get Andy in there, Andy Cuthbert.
Yeah. And the chefs that have gone abroad hold pretty high caliber jobs, just quietly. So, and they're well connected. So good stuff. They do a lot with their own embassies, Australian embassies in each country. They work at that caliber. So there's, I think AITC abroad could be a little giver, a little given, maybe a little bit of a, maybe now's the time through this semi-post COVID thing where that they could join in and save maybe a little bit of money and join in and have 12 months if they're abroad expats. They're always coming backwards and forwards. So just from my 2 cents worth.
It's very good. It's the way life is now, isn't it?
Yeah,
very good idea.
You go where the money is, guys. We know that. We're chefs. We're transient, nomadic people that follow the dollar and stuff like that. We have to. So there's a lot of chefs overseas, man. Yeah.
Robert and
I think
George.
LinkedIn's probably the only way that we can actually get to them. They're all on LinkedIn. Yeah.
I'll pose a question to Robert and George. Is that something we can do?
Yes.
Yep.
Like, are we allowed to do it in our constitution? Cool.
Look, that doesn't change our I mean, I've just had a quick scan. It doesn't change fundamentally a constitution. But what it might be is we need to review maybe some of our articles, so the things that we have control of as a council. So we need to review some of the way that we talk about what is membership and those kinds of things. And I've just written a couple of notes down here about whether it's a form of membership or whether it's a registration to come into these events or this framework or this network. So we just need to work through some of the mechanics because we control that as a council or as a group. It's not set in stone through the constitution.
I think this might, sorry.
Would it be more beneficial, instead of inviting them to council meetings, to have a separate, like, I don't know, symposium, get together,
conference?
Whatever.
Yep. A symposium or a series of, not conferences, but, networking meetings. Yeah. Yep.
I'm just thinking because some of our council meetings could be pretty boring.
Oh, come on. We're not that boring. Speak for yourself, Kevin. You speak for yourself, all right?
The sound of Murray, I think.
Hey, you Trumpers out there.
Can Can I just say, one of the other network that I'm part of, we've had the similar discussions, and it's grown fairly quickly for us. We have a committee of about half a dozen, and we have about a 3/4 an hour meeting prior to it, and then we open the Zoom up to all members. And we now, I've got one this Saturday. We've got a membership in Victoria of approximately 100. I've got 60 members registered to come and have a discussion, which I'll put them into breakout groups. We've got topics for them. It's all food technology teachers, home economics teachers, and we set them to topics or that's what they want to talk about. And I think it's a great model, and I can talk to Counsel about it, about we can choose some topics and people can drop into the different breakout groups and have a bit of a discussion about what's happening for them or how they've worked through different situations. So it's really engaged our membership in a way that we've never been able to before, I have to say.
Yeah.
Here ends my lecture, sorry. All right. Shall we close the meeting?
All right.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
So thank you for everybody. It is spot on 7:30. So I'll formally close the AGM. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations,
I know
Sarah.
that Council's
Done, Says. Good job, David.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you next time.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Stay safe and well. Thank you and good night.
Yeah, thanks, George. Thanks, everyone. Robert, Kevin, everyone, Anthony.
I'll send you an email after.
Yeah, thank you, Sarah. Okay, we'll be in touch. Keep safe, everyone. See you, Jason.
See you, mate.
Thank you.
Yeah, see you,
Bye, all.
Anthony. Bye.